So, the super committee failed. Duh. Like 12 people could get together and actually come up with one common idea of how they're going to sort this out to make everything make sense. No, it's not going to work that way. Mitt Romney's already using this as one of his campaign boosters in New Hampshire. He's probably going to spread it around the nation of saying that this is a lack of leadership. No, this is just the fact that these are two different sides of a ridiculous argument. First of all, everybody knows that the conservatives, they want to cut major programs, and then the Democratic side, they don't want to cut these major programs. But the bottom line is this. Everybody's sitting up there and they're looking at Occupy Wall Street and they're looking at these different little things. But these things add up. And what they add up to is this. The rich people on the Democratic side that are supporting Occupy Wall Street, that are supporting the keeping of these programs, is because they profit from these programs. Grocery stores profit from these programs. They get paid because, if you get paid EBT, guess what? It's still money to them. They're going to get their money from the government. They want that money, period. Then you're going to have on the opposite side, you're going to have those big banks and stuff like that. They're going to want these things in place because this allows them to be able to get away. Matter of fact, banks, they play both sides. Because if they play both sides, that means that they can continue to get away with the illegal things that they do in order for the government to overlook that, hey, look, we're actually cheating people out of their money. It's not just going back to the Bush cuts and so forth and so on. That's been going on for the past 30 years easily. 15 years ago, they put laws in place that were supposed to stop those things. Guess what? The banks just spent more money to cover it up, to put it back. Now, we're going to have, 15 years later, guess what? The crap still goes on because they can put as much money as they want to in the campaigns. And now you have people like Citizens United who just dump money into elections. They buy out elections. People don't want to go vote. People don't want to go do what their due diligence is in order to get their message out there and make sure that they hold the people they vote and elect in office accountable to doing their job, which is being the voice of the people. So if you're going to sit up there and you want to sit and you want to bash Occupy Wall Street or you want to bash conservatives, well, first of all, you have to look at the people who are higher up, the people that actually put this stuff into place. Now, as we go back and we look at everything else, and if we pay attention to the news and all the information that's being fed to us over the next year up until the 2012 election, we're going to find some very conflicting, confusing bullshit. Because most of the time, these people are going to sit there and tell us, hey, look, do this or do that. Because they want their way. And if you're not in that top 1%, that top, hell, if you're not up in that top half that's making up to $200,000, $300,000 a year, hell, or you even get that first million. Once you get into those brackets, quite frankly, otherwise, it really doesn't matter to you. Because ultimately, what they're going to do is they're going to sit and they're going to dump it back on the people that are the lower and middle classes. Now, I'm on my way to make myself up into that top, that upper echelon. That's my goal. That's what I work for every day. Between sitting and playing with stocks and bonds to sitting up there and just being a personal trainer, which I love to do. Eventually, I know I'm going to get there. I'm going to work my butt off to get there. But quite frankly, people that sit up there and go, I want this or I want that, and you want to sit up there and complain about Occupy Wall Street, and you want to say this, that, and the other thing, you know what? That's their American right. They have the right to do that. They have the right to be heard. They have the right to do what they damn well please. Why? Because this is America, people. Now, the other side, if you want to sit up there and you want to say, hey, look, you want to be in the Tea Party or you want to whatever. Matter of fact, in Memphis, Occupy and the Tea Party got together and they sat down and had beers together. You know what? More places should actually sit down and do that and see that they're actually on the same side, because there's a lot of things that you have in common that you understand, and there's a lot of things that each side could actually understand from the other. Now, if we can actually sit down and do that, maybe we can get our leaders in like super committees and things like that to actually come down and listen. But until then, this is Jay-Z Online. Peace, people. That's it.